What's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Animation Station, your number one station for anything and everything animation. And welcome to a video I haven't done in a while. As you guys know, it's been a while since we've done an actual proper product review. I think the last time I actually did a proper one was a long time ago. I'm sorry, I don't remember which video. But it was a long time ago, and then I had to try and find a way around the audio problems with the screen recorder when I reviewed the Calvacade Blue Goku Pop, but today we don't have to do that, because today we have this new phone that's been working great for me so far, allowed me to go back to my original style of reviewing and doing videos in live action. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to stop completely using the screen recorder. No, I'm still going to use it. It will just be more sparingly and a little less often. Anywho, enough with my rambling, because we have an actual product review today. And it is this guy right here. It is the Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem Leonardo action figure. I got this guy a little bit ago. I believe it was yesterday. Yep, yesterday. When an Amazon package of mine got here that got both my Blast to the Past DVD and this guy. I only paid $10 for him, and I didn't know next time I'd actually be able to be at a Walmart to actually get him. Little did I know how I was going to end up going to Walmart anyway. So, but yeah. But I spent my rest of my money on something else, which is why I didn't have the money to spend much at Walmart during the haul video. Well, not haul, merch hunt video. But hopefully if I ever get to do that again, I will make sure to actually buy stuff next time. But enough of my yammering. Let's talk about this awesome figure. So let's start with the packaging. We have the Mutant Mayhem logo right there. I love the whole purple brick background they went with for this packaging. It's really cool, and I also love the hints of yellow they use inside the bubble right there. Really nice. You got the Nickelodeon logo right there. A bunch of cool little artwork right here. Like you have a cracked skull mask, which I assume is supposed to be Casey Jones. Splinter, you got some ooze. They even angled the side of the packaging. Like, look at that. You don't get that very often with stuff like this. So, that's really cool. And then, of course, you have an illustration on the side of the character you picked out. Of course, I picked out Leonardo because he's my favorite turtle. Always has been, always will be. And then, of course, a nice big bubble showing the figure within everything he comes with, which, considering that this is only $10, is a lot. More than you would expect. So, yep, shows all the stuff within. Name of the figure you bought down here, and their little sub-name, the leader. Then the Playmates Toys logo, the 4+ logo. Turn around. It has a big listing of all the other characters you can get in the line, like Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo, Splinter, Superfly, Leatherhead, Bebop, and Rocksteady. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be an April eventually. When? I'm not sure, but I'm sure that they will do an April at some point. Anyway, also here's a little reading section right here. If you want to read it, pause it right now. I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay. And then there's also a little cutout bio card you can cut out to, put in your Ninja Turtles display somewhere. I'm, of course, absolutely going to do that. But yeah, I will also hold this for 5 seconds for anyone who wants to read it. Go ahead and pause this video now. Okay. Then you have the movie.com thing there, playmates.com there, YouTube, webisode thing there, Playmates logo there, Paramount logo there, Nickelodeon movie logo there, and a few logos on the bottom, and of course, the Playmates logo to let you know that this is not a bootleg. I'm actually surprised I haven't come across any bootlegged Mutant Mayhem merch yet, because they usually make bootlegs of pretty much every Ninja Turtle out there. So, that's enough of the packaging. I really like it, but, I mean, we gotta crack it open and see what's inside, right? Let's do that. Let's crack this open, and let's see how this Leonardo actually is outside of his packaging. Don't go anywhere, guys. Stay tuned. And here's everyone's favorite leader in blue that does anything it takes to get his ninjas through out of his packaging. And my goodness, this guy looks fantastic. Already among probably my top 10 best toys of the year. This guy looks so good. Like, look at all the detail. If it wants to focus. Come on. Focus. Focus. It's trying to, but it won't. Focus. Come on. Okay, I don't want to focus. Oh, of course it focuses when I go out here. Okay, there we go. Now it's focusing. Look at this guy. Let's start with the head. The head looks so good. Here, let me try it this way. It is struggling. Alright, we're going to have to do it from all the way back here then. Let's start with the head. It looks fantastic. They got a nice printed smile underneath of there. I know it kind of looks like he's mad, but it's not. It's supposed to be a smirk. According to the other reviewers, anyway. The blue they picked out for his bandana is perfect. He's got the exact perfect eyes. Which, also interesting little thing about this version of TMNT I noticed after watching the trailer is that these ones don't have specific eye colors. Like, they're all just black dots. That's a bit weird. It kind of reminds me of classic Sonic. Yeah, I know. I'm bringing up a Sonic reference in the Ninja Turtles video. Shut up and deal with it. Yeah, this guy looks just fantastic. I love the way that his bandana kind of drapes. Sorry, Leo, I'm dropping you. It, like, drapes over his shell. And then it also drapes over his shoulder. Like, that looks really cool. And then with Leo, he also has, and speaking of his shell, let's go there for a second. That looks so cool. It's a really light brown, considering, well, unlike the darker brown we're used to with these kind of Ninja Turtle figures, but I don't mind it. And I also really like that they made his straps a flat black to stand out with all the other colors. Like, this is very, very stylized just from this figure. I can already tell that this is a super stylized version of the Ninja Turtles. So then he's got his sash right there. His front, the front of his shell kind of reminds me a lot of Rise Leo, the way that one was shaped. That one, that's what that really reminds me of. I don't know if that was intentional, but that's cool. He's got the L on his belt buckle, which looks fantastic. He's got 2 shurikens printed onto his belt, which is a really nice detail, even though I wish there were actual shurikens that came with the toy, but you know what, that's okay. It still does a good job selling the effect. And then, of course, you have his elbow pads, wrist bands, and knee pads, which are all blue, which is interesting because usually with Ninja Turtles, or the ones that I'm accustomed to, these would all be brown. Like, for example, with the 2012 Turtles, when they first came out anyway, before they made the re-releases, their elbow pads and knee guards were brown, the same brown as the shell. But here it is a nice vibrant blue, and I think it works great with this Leo's color scheme. And of course, as you can see, is also a very bright tinge of green. Like, it's turning up even brighter on camera than it is in real life, but trust me, it's still really bright and it looks fantastic. Moving down to his feet, they are very tiny. I was not expecting it to be that small, but that looks really cool. And they have 2 toes instead of 3. That's also a bit strange, but you know what? That's cool. And of course, you have some detail on the back, just a little bit, like all the indents in the shell and everything. And my camera wants to focus. Come on, camera. Whatever. Sorry, camera being poopy. Ow. Yeah. He's got, like, all these details in his shell. Looks great. And then, of course, you have the little, what is it called? I'll just call it the back. The back of the knee pads there looks fantastic. So, yeah, overall, sculpt-wise, I really like this Leo. He is definitely a bit slimmer than we're used to, but I think that still makes him a really interesting interpretation of this character. and I really like how this figure turned out. And before you ask, no, he doesn't usually have a problem with standing from the other reviews I've seen, but my room is tilted, so I kind of have to like have him a very specific way, or he will not stand. So he'll stand fine for you as long as you don't have a tilted surface. But okay, that's enough of this Leo's amazing details. Let's talk about his articulation. We'll save accessories for last. Let's talk about the articulation. Alrighty, moving into the articulation for this Leo, it's pretty freaking good, let me tell you. Now, I'm gonna have to try my best to try and show off the head articulation on camera, but I don't have two hands, so please bear with me for this part being slow, okay? Alright, let me grab him here. Let's see. The head can turn all the way to the right, all the way to the left, and it can look up a fair bit more than I was expecting. Like, he looks really far up. It looks great. And then he can also look a decent bit down if he wants to look all menacing or like he's sneaking up on somebody. That looks great. And then the rest of this is pretty easy. The rest of this I can do fine. It's just the head. So the arms are on a joint, just a single little ball peg, and it has a really nice, like, very quiet but satisfying, like, click when you move his arm up, meaning that it's not, those joints aren't loose. Like, you put Leo's arm a certain way, it's not falling, that's not loose. That's almost like ratchet joints. They did it so well. Yeah, the arm does that. It can go that far outwards, can go all the way up, can go all the way back, though it is going to be a little bit inhibited with the angle because of his shell, so please be aware of that. And there's no detail underneath there, which makes sense, he's a turtle. But yeah, so you got that. And then for the arm, you have a, does he have elbow articulation? Yes, he does have a joint in there, I can see it, but it doesn't move a whole lot. Okay, be careful when you're moving around the elbow. It is a little bit weird. Does it swivel? Hold on, let me see. No, it doesn't swivel, but it does move inwards and outwards. Oh wait, no, it does swivel. It's just being weird. Oh, the arm swivels too, by the way. Almost forgot that. And then his hand can swivel a little bit. That can turn 360 if you want to do it certain poses. That's really good. And then moving down to his legs, he can kick about that much forward. He can't really kick forward straight because of the way his shell is, but that's okay. And then backwards is a little, you're going to get a little bit, but it's not going to be a whole lot because of the way that it's inhibited by the shell, as you can see right there by the sculpt, but that's okay. It's a really minor nitpick. I'm going to lift the arm up for a second, and then I'm just going to see. But if you kick it off to the side, he can go pretty high up, which, you know what, it works. He's a ninja. They do side kicks all the time, so it makes a lot of sense. Can it go any further? Can it spin? Yes, the leg can spin. So the leg has a swivel. I'm pretty sure, yep, you do have a knee joint. And this knee joint looks really good because of the way that they did this. The joint is actually hidden by the knee pad, as well as the fact that it's just a single joint. But still, that's really good. Like, if you want to get like good leaping poses in, that's a really good one. But of course, obviously, you don't have the leg like this. This is just for demonstration. And then it can actually go a decent bit forward too. So it's good for both forward motion and backwards motion, which is really good for a figure like this. And then finally, I'm pretty sure, yep, his foot can swivel. 360. It doesn't have a pivot, but it does spin 360. So, yeah, this Leo has a good bit of articulation on him, and I think that really makes him stand out very uniquely compared to other Turtles figures. Not that the other ones had bad articulation by any means, but It's rare whenever we get a figure that's only $10 that has this much amount of articulation. The only one I can kind of think of that has this kind of articulation are these Sonic figures from Jakks Pacific, because they're also $10 and they also have pretty good articulation, but they only come with one accessory. Whereas with this one, well, let's go ahead and move on into his accessories, which are bountiful. I'll just put it that way. Let's move on to accessories. Alrighty, moving into the accessories of this Leonardo. He has a ton. I'll just put it that way. He has a ton of these. So, let's start, of course, with Leo's signature weapon, the Katana Blade. Now, as you can see, unlike the 2012 turtles, or pretty much any of the other turtles that Playmates makes, these have fully painted weapons. Thank you. Thank you, Playmates, for not cheaping out on this. Like, I wouldn't mind it being flat gray, because I grew up with the 2012 toys, mainly because I collected so many of those. So the flat one-color weapons didn't bother me that much. But it's so nice to see a Ninja Turtle figure that's not exuberant, obnoxious prices, that's actually painted. Like, a really nice light brown color for the hilt, and then a pretty nice silver for the sword. Now, keep in mind the swords are made out of a very malleable plastic. I believe that's the word. Yeah, malleable, flexible, whatever. So they may or may not come out a little bit warped when you're getting them out of the packaging. But honestly, it's a pretty easy fix, so don't freak out too much. So yeah, there's his swords. I'll show pictures at the very end of him holding all his accessories. And then the next one I want to talk about, and I'm really happy they added this, because this is just something really cool. They added a little baby turtle of Leonardo. Yes, it's just a one paint piece, but it is so cool. And it really shows how much they care about this specific release. Like, all four of the turtles coming with baby turtles is fantastic. They didn't even do that for the 2012 series. And what's also nice about this is, like, if you don't want to buy those Evolution 3-packs that have this, that, and the Turtle Tot, you can actually get this and then get the Turtle Tots in a 2-pack. So, yeah, that's really cool. I love that. I love that they gave us a little adorable baby turtle. Obviously, Leo can't really hold it or anything. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for him to be holding himself, but whatever. Weirder things have happened in Ninja Turtles. But it's an adorable little conclusion, and I absolutely love it to death. So, yeah, that's a really nice accessory. And then returning from that old 2012 show, as well as the old 87 toys, he does come with a full, giant weapons tree. Like, this thing is crazy. Look at all the weapons it has. He has 3 kunai throwing knives. He's got a pizza. He has a shuriken, a broken canister of ooze, and a knife. Like, that's so cool. So technically, once you twist all of these off of here, which I'm going to do for pictures at the end of this video, that means this one figure that has this much great articulation and this many accessories, like, it's crazy. It's $10 for one figure with great articulation and 10 accessories. Like, that is amazing value with this. So, okay, now you guys probably want to see Leo holding his katanas and see if they're loose or not, right? Well, I'll do that right now. I kind of have to do it off camera, though. I'm sorry. It's easier that way. So you just grab the katana, slide it through his hand, holds that one there, and then grab his other katana, slide it in. There we go. He holds his katanas amazingly. Sorry, I knocked over the weapon tree, but he holds his katanas really well. Like, once you get them twisted in there, they're not falling out. And if you want to know the trick with these, all you gotta do is put them in sideways, and then you twist it in the hand, and then push it down until the hand's at the bottom of the hilt. And then he holds them like great, like amazing for display. So yeah, that's everything that this figure comes with: a baby turtle, a whole big weapons tree, and 2 katana blades, which can also be stored in his back with his little sheath thing here. And another thing I want to point out that's interesting about this version of the Ninja Turtles, or specifically this Leonardo, is the fact that with this version of Leo, come on, focus. Focus! Doesn't want to focus. Sorry, ignore it. I'm sorry. What's interesting about this Leo is that his is a cross pattern on his back, whereas with the 2012 show, he had it as just 2 side by side on his back, or maybe certain times he would have it on his side, and it would be like in a cross pattern. Like, it's interesting. There's been many different versions of Leonardo's actual sword sheath from over the years. But yeah, this is an awesome figure, man. I love this. Like, for $10, this is already fantastic. But of course, there's one last thing we gotta do before we actually get to the final verdict, and that's a little comparison time. Because I have more than a few Leonardo figures to compare this guy with. And also, because I also want to compare him to the Jakks-specific Sonic and see how he holds up. So, let me go grab those figures real quick, and I'll get back to you real soon. Alrighty. Please excuse me, but I am going to need to hold the tripod for this part, because in order to actually get these figures in frame, I'm going to need to be able to, scooch back and stuff like that. So, let's start with the most basic Leonardo I have in my collection right now, and that is the 2012 Battle Shell Leonardo. Stand him up about there. And Mutant Mayhem Leo is actually a tad bit taller. Like, if I move the camera down so you guys can see, he is a tad bit taller. Then again, his 1 foot's back, while his 1 foot's forward, so who knows. But yeah, I'd say he's probably about a tad bit taller than that one. However, he is shorter than Leonardo Cena here, my WWE Superstar Leonardo John Cena figure. You can see a definite size difference there. This guy's a little bigger and bulkier, and then this guy's tiny and very slim. And then, of course, like I said, we're also going to be comparing him to the Jakks-specific Sonic line, so I grabbed one of my favorite versions of this character, Party Sonic from Sonic Movie 2, from that 3-pack that I reviewed a while back. And if we put them side by side with each other, as you can see, Sonic, rightfully so, is actually shorter than him. Which actually kind of makes sense for the scaling. And then, of course, the big behemoth that is my giant size 2012 Leo. Who is, yeah, he's way bigger than Mutant Mayhem Leo, as you can see. But if you want a good size gauge, that's about as good as you're going to get from me. I do have quite a bit of Leos, but I need to find them all. So these are the ones I have right now. I'm pretty sure I have more somewhere. But yeah, that's how those compare. And if you want, you can also compare it with the Vegeta statue sitting back there. If you want, it's up to you. So yeah, that's about the scale you're going to get here. You're going to get something taller than a Jakks-specific Sonic figure, and a tad taller than the 2012 Turtles, but shorter than the WWE Superstars, and way shorter than your Giant Turtles. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for comparison time. I mean, I could pull out more if I want to, but this video is already going to take a while to make and finish anyway, because I have to take pictures of this guy for both the ending and to post on my social media. So, yeah, that is how everything scales together with Mutant Mayhem Leonardo. And I think it's a pretty good scale. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'd say it's probably about accurate. Okay, now that we've gone through the accessories, the sculpt, the articulation, and a comparison height-wise with a bunch of other Turtles figures in my collection, let's move on to the final verdict. So, now that we've looked at everything with this Leonardo individually, what do I think of this Leonardo figure as a whole? Overall, in my personal opinion, this is a fantastic action figure for kids and for adult collectors. With its many accessories, fantastic articulation, excellent scope work, very affordable price tag, and multitude of fantastic accessories, there's literally nothing you can do to go wrong with this action figure. Unless for some reason you just don't like this version of the TMNT, whatever. Even if you don't like this version, I still think that this is a figure more than worth purchasing for any turtle fanatic. It is a fantastically made figure, and for $10, it is astoundingly amazing what they were able to pull off. I cannot recommend this figure highly enough, and if you're a fan of this leader in blue that does anything it takes to get his ninjas through, you need to get this figure. Highly, highly recommended. My final verdict for Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem Leonardo action figure is going to be a 10 out of 10. I can't really find that many flaws with this guy. The sculpt is amazing, the articulation is excellent, the multitude of accessories guarantees multiple great options for posing and displaying the figure. And not only that, it's going to look amazing next to the other three turtles in the line, as well as all the other figures. It is an amazing figure, and any Ninja Turtle fan absolutely needs to pick this one up. Nothing else left to say except Cowabunga. Well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Animation Station for more content like this every single day. Stay tuned because tomorrow we're back on the movie reviews with the 2014 movie. But I promise you, at some point, there will be another product review very, very soon. And hopefully, I'll be able to get more of these turtles to have together as a team for a full-on display. Because these turtle designs are so cool, so unique, and so fresh and innovative that they deserve to stand out all on their own. So definitely pick this guy up. It is only $10, and if you're a fan of Leonardo, you literally cannot go wrong with this release. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and until our next time together, I'm Jack Small, this has been Animation Station, and stay radical, dudes! Cowabunga! But in all seriousness, have a great day or night, or whatever time it is in your time zone. Enjoy your slices of pizza, and keep getting hyped for Mutant Mayhem. It's so close. So close. So, yep, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Jackson Small, and until the next time I see ya, stay radical and have an awesome day. Take care, dudes.